Ready? Cheers!
Cheers! Welcome to Cocktail Hour at the Coop. I'm Liz from Arrow Acres. My sister Leanne. We're at our parents' alpaca farm, Arrow Acres Farm, today in Wall, New Jersey. And it's Friday the 13th.
The lady's really close to you.
Oh, yeah.
The model, the mannequin, but
That's all right.
it's okay.
She could stay. It's Friday the 13th. Anything bad happened yet?
No, and let's leave it that way. So far, so good today.
Everything's fine. It's just still all going fine. Everything is fine. Yep.
Okay, anyway,
Cocktail
so it's
hour.
Friday. Cocktail hour. We started early. It's 4 o'clock. We're going to Zoom tonight with our patrons, which is an unusual night for us.
Yes.
But we had stuff going on. I had knitting lessons and whatever. So we're gonna hopefully people come on tonight. I'm not sure if they will. It's Friday night, but you know what? We're all old. What do we do on Friday nights? Nothing.
Especially in January.
Really?
Ugh,
Nothing. So before we get started, let's mention the New to You Make Along 2023. Yes, I did it last time, by the way. I put it in there. Whoop. So that's going strong.
Yeah, we have
And-
over 100 posts on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah, you have to follow the hashtag.
You don't have to follow the hashtag.
No, you don't
but-
have to. But if you do, then you can get inspired. Or just search it, and then there's ideas. Because I know, like, some people still were like, what should I do? Our friend Purple Debbie still wasn't sure. So now she's going to make a blanket, a seed stitch big blanket. But anyway, so I have my New to You. Oh, we're going to have a Zoom thing.
Yes.
We're going to have
A Zoom thing.
We're going to have
A virtual
meetup.
New to You.
New to You.
Whether you've started or you haven't started or you're not even going to participate, it doesn't
And you
matter.
just wanna, like, hang
Just
out
come.
with us?
Just join us.
So on Saturday, January 21st, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time Zone, we will be having a live. Everyone is invited. You don't have to be a patron. Everybody, you can just hop on. And some of our prize donors are also going to hop on. So that's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And
we have to add in that last time we forgot to...
Cinematic Skeins,
It's
Tammy.
my fault. I'm sorry, Tammy.
Anyway, yes,
It wasn't on my list.
We had a prize donator that we forgot to mention, and it's Tammy at Cinematic Skeins. And she's going to have a big sale on January 15th. So I'm going to post on Instagram all her links, and you can go check her out. She's doing a cool thing. Oh, who's coming in? It's Grandpa.
Grandpa's here.
It's the Sasquatch. Where's Sasquatch? Oh.
We need to
Wait.
start doing a
So
video.
he has, and he has a cooler.
Oh, look at this.
And a beer.
Yay.
Wait.
I'll keep that.
You made that, right? Thank you. You made it?
Sasquatch?
Mike knew you made it. He goes, I knew Donnie made it because it looks like a cabinet on the back. So I'm walking the dog the other day, and down by the pine trees by the pond, there's a giant Sasquatch.
In the trees.
And I thought, oh boy, here we go. Then the next day, it's not there. It's at another spot in the pond. I went, oh, it's going to be fun. So then the next day I go, come on, buddy, let's go find Sasquatch. He's not there. Can't find him anywhere.
He was up at Neighbor Mike's.
He was up at Neighbor Mike's. So I see Neighbor Mike yesterday, and he goes, almost shot your father's Bigfoot. I go, what? He goes, I go up there, and baby horse is all upset. I don't know what's going on. I look down, I see, there's like a man down there. I'm gonna go shoot him. Yeah. So he goes down, and he goes, it's a giant cutout, and he goes, it's like a cabinet on the back.
It's a giant plywood Sasquatch that
Yes.
is painted black that my dad now moves around the farm.
So then I said, well, where is it now? And he goes, it's right behind you. Wait till you turn the corner. I was right over there. It was coming home for lunch.
Yeah.
And now it's there. And I'm like, I can see it being on a track like Home Alone. You know, like in Home Alone when he has the things like the guy. You need to get some moves around.
Well, we also think Chris James thinks he needs glowing eyes, and he needs to be on a pulley system so that you can move him. He's also...
I gotta go take the fence down, or the signs down, but I'm gonna show you what Andy got me.
What?
Come here.
Wait, you gotta be on there.
No.
He doesn't want to be on,
I'll
but
just show the sign that he's
The other-
wearing around his
the
neck.
other sister just got him a sign, and he was wearing this.
I was going through our old videos to find out how many years we've been doing New to You, and I came across the one that was my dad wrote a porno.
I haven't listened to
That
that in
was
a
a good
long time.
one. I haven't listened to it either. Anyway, I have no idea where we were.
Zoom. We're gonna do a
We're
Zoom.
gonna Zoom. So I will put the link on our Patreon page, but it's the public part that everyone can see.
And we both have links to it on our Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
And it'll be linked below here.
Yeah.
You'll do that.
Yes, I'll do that. And then you just log in and then hang out as long as you want.
Yeah.
Knit, do whatever, make stuff. So it should be good. That'll be fun. So that was that.
Now let's talk about what we're making. You started yours, I started mine.
So my new to you is almost done. But so I'm making a hot water bottle heater cover. Hot water bottle cover.
Did you buy the water bottle yet?
That's why it's not bound off yet, because I have to order it online. Every store around here doesn't have one.
Rite Aid doesn't have it?
No.
Did I get my ice bag?
No.
My old lady ice bags?
No, when I go online to see if it's available in the store, and the one that said it did by work, so I went on my lunch hour for a hot water bottle, and they didn't have it. And then I asked, you should have seen the lady's face. She was like,
Oh,
what? We have heating pads. I'm like, no, I want like the old like rubber. She was like, nope. So I was like,
Okay, weirdo.
all right, I'm gonna have to order it through Amazon. Anyway, so it's called the Cozy Bottle. It's a free pattern. It has 2 different
very fancy.
patterns you could use, like Fair Isle patterns. But the thing that was new to me, and that's not new to me, but the new to me was you start at the bottom, and it's called Judy's Magic Cast On, which is basically if you do a toe up sock, that's how you start. So see how it looks like a giant foot. And I tried that years ago, I think, on double pointed needles, and it was a mess. And then I learned Magic Loop, and that was easier. So that was my first thing, Judy's Magic Cast On.
And did you like it?
Loved it. It was so easy. Then increase here. Instead of doing like my regular increases, it was make a backwards loop. It's Elizabeth Zimmerman thing. I was like, all right, I'll do it. So easy. I don't know why we don't always do that. Paige said it's because it doesn't show up because it's only one. If you're doing a whole bunch, she said sometimes it's just not as even. So that was that. And then now I'm at the point where I'm supposed to knit for 6 inches, but I want to make sure that the bottle, like once I get it, how big so it can fold over.
Yeah.
And then when I go to bind off, it's the sewn bind off. I've never done that. So that'll be 3 things
In one project.
In one project. So that's my new. That's new
awesome.
to you. Yes.
So, we discussed last time, my friend Carrie gave me this little sock loom kit. It's a his and hers. And it says KB. I guess that's the brand. KB. That little thing there. So, let me get my basket. I have other stuff in it though. I went online. I went on YouTube and I looked up, because the instructions make 0 sense.
Thank goodness for YouTube, right?
0. Yeah. The book, literally, that came with it, made 0 sense to me. And I'm really pretty good at figuring things out. And I also see my mom loom knit all the time. So, like, I have an idea of how things work. And I was like, I don't know about that. So I went on and I just YouTubed loom knit sock. And the brand of this loom popped up and there was a video. I was like, perfect, done, following it.
Look at it. It looks so good.
I have a cuff, I have a leg, and I now have a heel.
Can I see? Hold on, I don't want to get everything all wet. Oh, look at that. So this looks like the slip knit sock.
So it's
Andy makes one like that.
3 knits and then like it's not a purl, but it's a purl on the loom, I guess. So the cuff is a little different. It's kind of hard to see. The cuff is a little different, and then the pattern. But then now I'm at where it's just stockinette on the bottom, and then the top is still the pattern.
All right, I have questions.
Yeah.
Because I knit socks, so I wouldn't use the loom. But if someone's doing this, are there different sizes for like Rick's? Like a man may have
There's a man's size and a woman's
yes.
size.
Or like a thicker calf, if you have like wide ankles.
So
That's
not in
so
English.
wide, which is interesting because it's not. Like,
No.
look how wide it stretches it so much.
Yeah. So that's not in English. So I don't really know. It did say for
Oh, here.
women's size,
Oh.
use this one, and for men's size, use this one. This one is 56 pegs, and the other one is 64 pegs.
Oh, that makes sense because,
medium adult.
yep. That's a tip. That's what you
and
knit.
large adult. And then pattern for front photo not included. Yes, thank you.
Does
So
it tell you
helpful.
how to do your toe?
So I watched the video. And the video says, like it says, if you need a 9-inch sock, stop 2 inches before you're done. So stop at 7 inches. And you basically just do the exact same instructions for the heel. And then fold it over and then put it on 2 double-pointed needles. So I have to do
Oh, do you have to kitchen stitch?
Yes. But it's just with the needle?
Yeah, you'll do it fine. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
good at it. I'm
It
not
looked
good
really
at-
simple.
Oh, it is, but I mess it up every time.
Well, you can watch this girl because it's like super slow motion.
Andy
super
says, Pearl sits in the front of the class. You got a Pearl in the front. I don't know.
I'm just going to watch the video the whole time that
I
do
don't
it.
remember
So
it.
yes, I have to put this one on a double pointed needle and this one on a double pointed needle. And she says use size 1 or 2.
I have that.
So I figured you did. So because I'm not going to buy them.
You're not.
And you don't have to knit them. So if you're afraid to knit, there's no knitting involved. And this is actually different. You do a different stitch than what Mom does on her hats. Like Mom wraps everything. There's no wrapping in this.
Oh.
You just lay it and then
Are you
flip
enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. I think I'll only be making 1 pair of socks as of now because it's so time consuming.
I feel that way about knitting socks. It's
But
little, and you're not
yeah,
used to like so little.
No, I don't like.
But
little.
I don't enjoy
And-
knitting socks. We were talking about. I went.
But
to,
I'm really gonna. I think I'm gonna enjoy the finished product.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
I love all the hand knit socks you and Andy have given.
Yeah. Last Monday, so our local friends at Knit on Mondays go to the coffee shop and they sit and knit. And I went a couple times when I wasn't working, but I never have off. Hi, Sassy Karen. She just sent us a cheers thing. Cheers! She popped up. She's in Aruba. Anyway, they went knitting and I was off work. So I went to knit with them and they were all working on socks because their New Year's resolution, I think it's Sharon's. I don't think it's anyone else's. Seashore Sharon has, I'm Sharon, I may be wrong, but I think I'm right. I want to say she has 17 single socks. I'm pretty sure that was the number. And she never knit the other one because she gets so excited about the new yarn that comes in the mail that she starts that one. So every Monday, she's going to work on a sock at coffee
To match
the
pair.
other one. That was her thing. Paige is working on socks and Joan is working on socks. So I guess on Mondays they knit their socks, okay? So I had such a wonderful time, and the next Sunday, so the other day, like a week ago, I was like, I wish I could go knitting with them. And I was like, I can go knitting with them. I work from home. I can take my laptop. If I don't have a meeting, I can have my laptop right there, respond to what I need to do, work, be there, knit a little bit, drink my coffee. I'm gonna go. So I decided to go. And I said to Sharon, oh, you're working on a sock. Is that one of the pairs? She goes, nope, already broke my resolution. This is a new pair.
She should just wear mismatched socks.
She's so funny. But anyway, it was wonderful, and I had such a nice time. And I had told you to come down. You got to go.
Yes,
I'm gonna go Monday
I missed
again.
your message, but I had plans to walk with Tony.
Yeah,
so.
you have to come. It's 2 hours.
Well, I've been
10
walking. We've been walking
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Oh, good, but 10 to 12. Anyway, so I sit there and I knit, and it was so much fun. I come home. I was in the best mood that night, and Rick was like, "Why are you in such a good mood?" I'm like, "I went knitting with my friends." He was like, "Can you do that every Monday?" Because Mondays are like, ugh, you know. And I'm like, I can. I can. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you should come with us.
Well,
It's
I
lovely.
have a running date with Tony for a walking date with Tony.
Well, that's good. As long as you're having fun and doing something.
Yeah.
But, boy, it was nice to
We're
be
doing-
with. See
yes.
Paige in person.
Yes, right?
My friend Paige, she's the best. And just Joan. Okay, so that's that. That's my whip. The other thing I'm doing for Make Along, I'm going to cast on. Well, I was going to cast on tonight, but it might be too crazy with our Zoom. But I'll show it. I'm making this blanket. This is the Nectar Blanket. It's made with hexagons, and then you piece it together. So I've never done a blanket where you piece together.
Yeah.
I really, really like the solid color ones. And I have, like I said, I don't really have a stash, but I do have yarn that I could do, but it's all different colors.
Do they work together or not?
Yeah, but when I look at the ones that are made online,
You like
I'm
the
like,
solid.
The ones that I like are multicolor is what Kate is doing. So Kate Lewis, my online girlfriend, she's taking an Advent that she had that are like real light, pretty, like, and it's DK weight, not fingering. The ones I have is fingering, because I have a bunch of stuff from when Marianne and I learned how to fair isle.
Right.
I have a ton of it, but it's fingering. I don't know. Anyway, so but I have some, and I think I might just make one and see if I like it, and then if I do, I'll order more of that color.
Oh yeah, that's a good
It's
idea.
Snip Picks. It's cheap, so I looked it up online, and the people that are donating yarn, first of all, you guys are amazing. But I'm like, every box that comes to me has a skein of that Knit Picks palette in it, which I've never seen before in person. So I really like it. So that's fingering. So I'm thinking, I just looked it up to see how much it is, and it's affordable. So I'm thinking too, like maybe I'll get that and make a solid color. Yeah. So,
Just
Sasquatch is back. So I'm gonna try that. That's my next one, and it might take a while to make, but whatever.
I have found over the years that I really enjoy doing like the Water Arcade by Carol and Bloom, all the little circles. Like, I love having a project that's just little pieces, and then I don't know. I've done it, and then the Ziggy Interrupted. Like, I just love. I didn't think I liked them when I was making them, and I love them. I love having just a little thing. Like, those circles take you 5 minutes, and you just feel like, oh, I made 4 circles. You know.
Well, I saw a pretty Grady Square blanket online on Instagram today. All different sizes, and then, but like fun,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Not old granny. All right.
And then I have this pile.
Show your things.
Okay.
Because I have 2 finished objects.
So I showed you last time. I was working on I think I showed it last time. I think. Did I save it for did we only do podcast? I did podcast.
It was in the podcast.
It was in the podcast. Oh, dropping hooks. Okay.
Is that farm yarn?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I made this last time. And I wrote the pattern, and it was a hot mess. So then I made another one so I could like work on the pattern a little bit. So this is Cascade
That
Eco
comes out
Duo. How fun.
That's this yarn here.
Yeah. So how fun is that? And then I wrote it to work with all weights of yarn. So then I was like, well, now I got to try it in something chunky. And I was at Michael's for something. So I got the thick and quick.
Ooh.
And I did it with this. And it took like 10 minutes. I'm kidding. It didn't take 10 minutes.
Oh, I like that. Wait, give me that one.
I know,
I
right?
like that one.
And-
Cousin Carolyn would like this.
And then in the meantime, it's very stiff, but it's
I
so
love
chunky.
it.
And then I started another one in this light alpaca. It's like a cloud. It's like your sweater.
Oh, yeah.
It's like your your cashmere stuff.
Like a poof.
So I did this one, and then I had at the.
Are you your own test knitter?
Yeah, I'm gonna have people test it, but because it was so like messy, I wrote it really messy, and because I want it in different weights of yarn, I'm gonna have to like give testers an idea of how much yarn it takes. I still have to weigh them all. And then I had a scarf. I had a few things that when I took them down from the attic for the winter, I was like, I have worn these one time. I'm never going to wear them. I don't like them. So I ripped out the yarn and I made something new. So this one's Feederbrook. And it had been a previous project.
I had a sweater that I wanted to rip out because I didn't wear it, and
This
then I
one's
was
for
going
me.
to, and the cat peed on it. So I
What
threw
a
it.
jerk.
So I threw it away.
You threw it. You didn't just wash it.
Oh, it could have been in the Lancaster News.
How do I get the cat pee smell out of my sweater? Throw it away!
That's Christine.
Burn it!
Do you know that about her? We've talked about it before,
Yeah.
maybe. We have we've got some new people. Someone's binging us right now. Poor girl.
See?
That looks great.
And what's really cool is I have done like thin yarn. I've done DK, worsted, Aran, super chunky. And they all come out to almost the same exact length. Totally different amount of stitches. And I didn't think that would happen, but it did. I just measured them all today.
I like this one.
Cute, right?
Ooh, like watching football games.
Yeah,
or
right?
spring baseball.
So this is looser. So I also have it written so that you can adjust, but like this one's looser, so it's good to like just have on all day. Whereas my original one,
You're a hot mess.
if it's cold out,
At least we don't hide the fact that we're a hot mess. Embrace it.
this one's tighter and it'll keep you warmer. Like it'll stay
Yeah.
up.
This reminds me of that yarn. Remember that Echo whatever farm that I got it in Maryland? It had the little like.
Yes.
It reminds me of that yarn.
What's
How much is
that?
this? Is this one skein?
It's 1.5.
How much is this yarn at Joann's or
No, Michael's. It was on sale. It was like $8 and buy one get one 50% off.
Is it acrylic or wool?
Wool and acrylic.
It's nice.
Cool,
It'd
right?
be nice, like a big blanket.
So it needs a name. So then I started a
You
new
need a
one
name.
today in a nice neutral. This is our farm yarn. And this one is going to be for the pictures that are going to go in the pattern because I needed a solid color that's going to be easy to see the details.
So it needs a name.
It needs a name. So I've been asking. I've gotten really funny suggestions. I've gotten some really good suggestions. And Mom, last weekend, came up with a name that I think is sticking. Calling it the Fits Me cowl because it fits me. Like it F-I-T-Z-M-E.
I looked at that, but I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Fits me. It fits me. I said to Mom, I'm like, it's like adjustable. You can make it any size. She's like, fits me. Fits you. Fits me.
Well, I was watching. I was
and it's
just
kind of sticking.
this afternoon.
But
I
I
only got
don't
to watch a couple minutes, but you'll like this. The woolly mammoth lady, the girl over in
Mm-hmm.
Ireland. She's been doing more vlogs. So she's like super natural, like everything's dyed. She naturally dyes everything. She had mini skeins and she skeined them up. She had them. They're really, you would love it. Real pretty. And she's like, I'm thinking of a name. I was just thinking of a name. Like an hour. What can I name them? What can I name them? She always says earthy thing. She goes, it looks like my Polly Pocket from when I was a wee girl. She said she named it Polly Pocket.
You know, that's Tony's dog's name.
That's why her name is Polly.
Yeah, she's Polly Pocket.
Who pees. Just wear a diaper.
She does wear a diaper. It got stuck in the laundry chute the other day. She had
She has a laundry chute like we had as kids.
Yeah. So she said like she shoved her sheets or her blankets or something down and they got caught. And so she had to go like pull them down and then the diapers fell on her face. The dog's diapers. She was full of funny stories this week. So that's
She
all
was
I have.
texting me the other day, like,
Yeah,
I need your
she told me
shoes. She
the
wants her
shoes.
shoes.
Because somebody found a pair of docks that they like. And
have-
she's like, oh no, you haven't seen the best
My
ones.
flower docs. So, and then I sent her the picture of Rhinebeck with the girl that we met with
Yeah.
the same docs. Okay. All right.
I have my docks on today. All right, that's all I have.
All right. I have this.
Yeah, and then I have a silly story. A really
I
silly
have some
story.
stories. Look how cute it is.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
All right. So a friend of mine at work was having a baby. We had a little baby shower. I made her a very simple sweater. And then this other girl comes in my office at the end. She's like, my sister's having a baby in February. Can you knit a sweater for her? I said, sure, no problem. And a bonnet. I made a bonnet. And I said, well, come here, look at my Ravelry. I'll show her my knitting page. Pick out, here are my go-tos. And I was scrolling, like my little granny's favorite is one of my go-tos for a girl. There's a couple, the teddy bear sweaters. And she goes, wait, go back. And she picked one that was a Jennifer Steingass. That was for me, big, pink with white in the top. And I was like, oh, she goes, that, I want that, but a cardigan. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure. So I didn't know what to do, and I decided, look how tiny it is. So I decided we were talking about, we're going to make the Mountain Mist for Rhinebeck, and a lot of us want to do a cardigan, so you have to steek it. So you have to make a pullover into a cardigan, and how do you do that? So I was like, you know what? Perfect. I will make this baby sweater. So when I was looking, I brought it out. Tin Can Knits has this ebook that I printed out at work. Don't tell them. I did it double-sided and in black and white, but
That's
oh
nice.
my gosh. So this Strange Brew, it has like 14 patterns in it, which includes the Mountain Mist that we're making for Rhinebeck. And it includes all the directions if you want to make your own sweater and design your own yokes. Perfect, right?
Perfect.
So I got this, and oh, there it is. And the compass sweater was in there. And I cast it on 5 stitches extra in the front. And then on my steek.
Did you use a tutorial? I mean, I know that you've steeked before, so you knew how to do it, but did you use a tutorial?
Tin Can Knits had one on their blog. So our Rhinebeck group, our knitters, we're all going to make the same sweater for next year. And we've been doing research, and Mandy found a good tutorial. So she sent it to me. So I kind of looked at that. I've done it before, but I watched that again. And then what I did was I recorded every step of the way that I did this. And I made a little video and just put it on our Patreon page today. So the patrons can see start to finish how I did it.
How to steek.
So that's what I did. And I finished it
It's
today.
so cute.
I do have to spray it and block it a little bit because the button bands didn't get blocked. Everything got blocked before I did the steek. So see how it's a little, that's that.
It's really cute.
And this is the anchor bonnet without all the ribbing. I just did one thing of ribbing and I did the I-cord edge. Apparently people are looking for technical stuff that we do not usually provide because I tend to get comments on Instagram. Can you tell me more about blah, 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 blah? I'm like, oh man, that is, I guess that, yeah, we're not really good at teaching things.
We're good at teaching in person, not via.
No battery.
Oh, just kidding.
And then I have this. I finished my Felix cardigan that I'm wearing. So I was knitting it last time. I think I showed it last time, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I did. It's done. It's very warm. I made this too. This is one of those tunics.
Okay,
So but I'm fat and it's tight, so I don't wear very often.
So I've been listening to a bunch of books. I've been like cruising through books. And I was listening to the cutest book right after Christmas. I forget what it was called.
The Flat Chair?
No, It Happened One Summer. I think it was called. It Happened One Summer, something like that. Okay. Cutest book. I was telling Mom all about it while we were cleaning. I'm like, it's so cute. They should make it a movie. It's so great. It's just like the cutest. It was like, it's like a Hallmark. And I had it on in the car, and I had to do a couple returns. I had like one day where I had a whole bunch of errands, and I was like, I did Harmon, I did Costco, I did Kohl's, and then I had to go up to Nordstrom Rack, and then I was going over to drop stuff off for my mother-in-law. And I pull into the Kohl's parking lot, and my cute little book gets X-rated. And somebody gets out of the car next to me, and I was like, pause! I'm like, oh God, did they just hear that? It went from 0 to 100, and I was like, what just happened? My cute, sweet little book. Very X-rated. So if you listen to it also, please don't tell me, because I don't want you to know that I also do it. But it was the first in the series, but the rest of the book was really good, so I listened to the other one too.
I feel like did I read those?
Hook, Line, and Sinker.
No.
Is the other one.
Mm-mm.
I think something like that. It's like Pacific Northwest, crab fisherman town.
Oh no, didn't read
So
it.
like I loved it. It was like
I would like that.
Hunky crab fishermen, and then like rich spoiled girls from LA, and anyway, it was very cute until it got X-rated.
I have a good story about Chase. Dad, you're gonna like this one. Are you listening?
Yes.
He gets off the bus the other day. My youngest is in 6th grade. He is 11. And he gets off the bus and I say, how was school? He goes, it was great, except during science class when I was taking a test, I sneezed and farted at the same time. I'm like, Dad, he's laughing. He goes, I mean, it was quiet. We were taking a test. And the kid next to me went, whoa. And he was like, oh. And then the teacher's like, what's so funny back there? And he's like, nothing. And he told everybody. Sneeze and fart at the same time.
He told everybody?
Everyone in the family.
Oh, I think meant his class.
Yeah, like Garrett, Dalton, FaceTime. Dalton, guess what happened today? So then I'm on Pinterest looking for a recipe the other day. And I see a quote that says, if you sneeze and fart at the same time, your body took a screenshot. So that was good for him. And then I had, so last Saturday, I was all sad because Dalton went back to college and I took down my Christmas decorations and I was just sad. So I was going to start the sweater, but I had the baby sweater, and I've been wanting to watch Yellowstone. Everyone says, have you watched Yellowstone? And I say, no. And they go, you seem like a person that would love that stuff. I'm like, I know. So I didn't want to buy the Paramount Plus thing, and I complain about it. It's like, you know, Rick's like, it's like $2. It's like going to Wawa and getting your coffee once a week. Just get the stupid thing. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm getting Paramount Plus. No one was home either. I had the house to myself. And I sign up. I have 7 days free. I'm doing it. Type in with the stupid remote, Yellowstone. There's no Yellowstone on Paramount Plus. It's not on there. It's on Peacock. But 1883 was on there, and the new one 1923. So I decided to watch that. So I watched 1883. I binged it. I finished it yesterday. And all I have to say is I'm glad I did not have to travel on the Oregon Trail. But my friend Eileen likes it, so I texted her. I just finished it. It was wonderful, but sad. She goes, did you love it? I'm like, I did. It was nice to look at. I mean, I could watch Tim McGraw ride a horse all day long. And the daughter was great, pretty girl. I enjoyed it. And Eileen was like, I could see you living during those times. I was like, not so much with the dysentery and the rattlesnakes and the septic, and no, I like the clothes and the quilts and the cooking and the mountains. It's terrible. Banshees and bandits and Indians. Well, some of the Indians were very nice. And I loved their clothes. I loved when they went to the Indian villages, and so cool. The teepees. Oh, that's great. But then there's the bad ones that shot them with arrows dipped in manure.
Ugh.
No good.
In manure.
So I want, so then it's deadly because there's no doctors on the Oregon Trail.
No.
You have to cut your leg off while you're awake if you get bit by a rattlesnake, or in your butt if you go to pee by the brush.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
So now I'm going to watch 1923, and then, and Garrett says to me, Mom, we have Peacock. I told you we have that. I got it so I can watch my soccer games. We've had it for
you've had Peacock all
like
along?
6 months. But now I feel like since I watched that 1883, now I'll watch the 1923, then I'll watch Yellowstone. Even though they were put out.
We started Yellowstone, but we only watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Some people don't. I'm going to give it a try. I don't know. We'll give it a whirl.
We may try it again. We'll see.
So that's that. But I'm listening to a book. I have to read our book club book. Our book club book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And everybody's loving it.
Yes, I requested it from the library, but I never got a phone call. And they should have had it in because
I have it.
But there were.
I have it.
But they have like 60 copies, and there's some at the other branches, and I should have had it. So I don't know why.
You have to do it again.
I have to do it again.
But I have it. But when I knit, I can't, and I had to get that done because the baby's going to be born. I can't read and knit at the same time. Yeah. So I've been listening when I walk the dog, and I'm listening to the Matchmaker's Gift, and you're gonna like it.
I have it. So I have the Matchmaker's Gift and the Seven Husbands on hold right now, but one's at like 3 weeks and one's at like 6 weeks.
Well, I'm really enjoying the Matchmaker's Gift.
I put them both on my list the day that you suggested them for Patreon.
Yeah, me too.
And you got them weeks ahead of me.
I don't know.
I started out like 68th in the list for one of them.
Oh. Well.
Weird. Anywho.
I cooked all different things this week. I also found that egg roll in a bowl falls into the same category as pickled pepperoni.
Not so good on the tummy.
But that night I made it and my family didn't like it. I liked it a lot, so I ate extra because there's never extra. So I'm like, I'll have an extra scoop. My son was getting honored by the town.
Was that same night?
By the town. All the football players, they made it to nationals. It was a big deal. In our town, it's hard to make it there as a football player. In our town, there's cheerleaders, and I don't know cheerleading at all. I know nothing about it. Our neighbor went. Apparently, they go every single year. I don't know what the competition is like, but they go every year and they win every year. So, awesome, but it's very rare for football to go. So the town's going to honor both cheerleading groups that made it and the football team. So we all go to the municipal building in the town hall court. It's like the courtroom, I guess. Oh boy. So anyway, but yes, I'm sitting there, I'm going, my stomach feels weird. What? happening? I'm like,
cabbage.
oh no, egg roll in a bowl. So anyway, it was really nice. They introduced all the kids. And then they took a picture of like the cheerleaders, and then they took a picture of the football team, and then they wanted them all to come up together. I sent you a video.
Yes, it was hysterical.
All the girls on their own, like perfect. They like lined up, like some
Had their
squatted
little
down.
things.
There was like a perfect row, and then the boys were just like "Ah," over there. We're like, girls, boys, girls, boys. And we're walking out, and because Rick didn't go to Florida, it was almost every family was just one parent that went to Florida. So we come out and they're all just, mayhem. They're just running. And we're all like, yeah. And Rick was like, oh, wow. And Dan Buckus was standing next to us. And I go, this was 7 days of this. And Dan goes, yes, it was. And Rick was like, oh my God, it was crazy. They're nuts. They're good, but they just run.
Crazy boys.
They learned how to whistle like this.
I want to learn. I want to learn.
One of the grandmothers taught them. Grandma Wheezy taught them. So they were doing that as the girls were getting announced.
Grandma Wheezy.
Grandma Wheezy, she's a hoot.
I need her to teach me.
She went swimming with the boys.
She-Pop tried to teach me, and Cousin Carolyn tried to teach me. I still can't do it.
But I did make a delicious thing that I think you should. Oh, that. Yep.
I want to do that.
Carolyn can do.
Carolyn can do it. She was trying to teach me and Liz Zimmerman. We were just spitting all over ourselves. And Robin was there.
That was last year. I couldn't be there.
Rhinebeck, yeah.
I was lost in the woods with Paige.
Yes. Oh, I was just talking about that. I almost got lost in Shark River Park this week. And
I got lost there too in the snow with Carrot and Chase.
and we were talking about it. Tony was like, I don't really like. She was saying something about Alaire. She's like, I feel like I know everywhere in Alaire. I was like, oh no, if you go back on the mountain biking trails, you will not know how to get out. I said, that's why I won't go. I said, Lee and Paige went, and they got lost.
And Paige is like a super hiker.
Those trails. So
I had to order the fried chicken from the trail. I remember that for the football night. But I made from Half Baked Harvest hot honey baked chicken.
It looks so good.
Used our farm honey. It was excellent. You bread it in cornflakes. It was awesome.
I saw a recipe. I sent you a recipe, I think. I sent you a recipe today.
Of meatballs?
It's like chicken meatballs, and it's like a chicken piccata sauce. So you make your chicken meatballs and put them in the piccata sauce. Yep.
Well, every time you send me something, then Purple Debbie sends it to me. And then you're like, oh, I sent it to her earlier. The three of us like the same food. So we tend to send each other recipes on Instagram. And then I have to go to Instagram and find them.
Yes. I have them saved. I have a folder. You know how we do, like save for the new to you?
Yes.
Make folder. I have a folder for recipes. And it's basically all Half Baked Harvest.
And then last night I just sent you stuff so I remember where to find it. He's funny, right?
He's funny. I've seen him before.
There's a guy that sings in the car. And I knew if I didn't send it to you, then I wouldn't remember where it was.
Do you guys have that person that you send all the things to? She's
Wait,
mine.
I have one Sassy Karen wrote. There's a little meme that's like, I have friends that I send memes to all day long, and then I text, and then I don't remember, like, did I text it? Did I send it through Instagram? All day long. This sweater's hot. I'm never hot in here.
Well, I had the fire going very good today.
And I had the space heater on all night, apparently. Oops. Would it catch on fire?
Maybe it's a space heater.
Grandpa says no. I had knitting lessons last night.
It didn't, so we're good.
For a woman,
it's off now.
A woman and her 2 daughters who are college age, and she has quadruplets.
Wow.
They were lovely. Really nice people. Girls were very nice.
And they're knit, like they got it, right? Basically.
Yeah, and it was interesting. The 2 took to it right away with like how I knit. I wrap, and the other one kept switching to her left, and I go, okay, you're gonna pick. You're gonna do whatever. I forget. I'm English, and she's continental. And it was funny. I was like, forget it. You're gonna do it that way. You guys do it that way, and then we taught them. But I did have to Google how to purl that way.
That way? Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I just don't do it. So, but everybody did it, and they did great. So they want to come back in the summer when they're home from college and do stuff like outside at night. So that was good. So, all right.
Alrighty.
That's it. I'll use my notes to edit and put links. This is good.
So I want you guys to comment below, but I know that a lot of you are posting on Instagram, but if you haven't started a new to you yet, and you don't, like, what are some things that you're thinking of doing? Or what are some things, I had somebody in the store today, and she saw me she saw the sock loom, and she was asking me questions about it, and she's like, I've just always been afraid to try knitting socks. She's like, I'm a knitter though. So I said, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
If you hate it, you hate it.
Yeah. Just do it. Just
Oh, and
try
it runs till February 14th. We didn't say that.
Oh, I make a
And you win prizes.
Yes, so by putting the hashtag on your pictures and like type what you did, what's new
Type
to
what's
you.
new to you too. I meant to write that to people.
Yeah, type what's new to you. Like what technique in it is new to you. Whether it be knitting in general, crochet in general, or like, you know, I-cord bind off or whatever. And by using the hashtag, we know that you entered and you could win prizes. So that's why you do it, to win prizes. So if you're doing things and you're not posting the pictures, you can't win prizes. Win prizes. Who doesn't like a prize?
All right.
Alrighty.
Ready?
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's a wrap.
I finished my drink, so it's time to go.
We'll airdrop. We're going to Zoom tonight with our patrons and join in on January 21st at 7 o'clock.
Yes. See you then.
We're both empty.
Wah, wah.